respect Pat wanted to step up for this man, this icon, this GOAT in the industry, who's taught all of us and mentored all of us on the broadcasting side of WWE so much. But man, Pat has a history, Pat is a great athlete. Don't forget, he's won matches in NXT before. He's won in WrestleMania before. But Gunther is a different animal, and E, I am worried about the health and well-being of our colleague Pat McAfee.
As you should be. And look, Pat is really talented. He's an incredible athlete. All those things. You see him in the ring. But it's one thing when wrestling is one of a dozen different things that you do. He is traveling. He is jet setting. Gunther was born for this. This is all he does. This is all he focuses on. And after losing that title at WrestleMania, the embarrassment he had, he is trying to make a point here tonight.
He's mad.
Is Wade Barrett coming out?
Closer and closer for showtime here. We got to touch on the main event one more time. John Cena versus Randy Orton, possibly for the final time. I mean, what are you expecting from this match? Any final thoughts?
Well, I'm expecting more of the ground and pound that we saw from John Cena at WrestleMania. Before the Travis Scott chicanery happened, John Cena with double axe handles and getting down and dirty. I expect to see that same sort of style from John Cena tonight.
And you know what's so interesting too is Randy typically is known for a very methodical pace as well. So what is that going to look like? I don't expect John Cena alone to be able to get it done. Will we see outside factors? If not, Randy Orton will be a world champion once more in his hometown of St. Louis.
And it would be a huge moment for Randy Orton, his 15th world title, but put him just 2 behind John Cena's record-setting 17. So the race, it's still there for Randy Orton to be had and to make himself the GOAT greatest of all time. But we are out of time here on the Countdown to Backlash for Big E and Peter Rosenberg. I'm Jackie Redmond. We have a heck of a card on tap before you. Like I said, the Fatal 4-Way is kicking it off. Our main event features John Cena defending his title against Randy Orton. Here's Alicia Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Rashard Owens.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets that our flag was still flying. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Play ball.
Missouri, the gateway to the West, in a city deeply rooted in professional wrestling tradition. Lying along the banks of the mighty Mississippi, St. Louis is home to the Major League Baseball Cardinals and also the NHL's Blues.
which is sold out and home tonight, the WWE Backlash. Well, in many ways, I feel responsible for this, but my best friend, broadcaster, colleague, Pat McAfee, heading into the ring tonight in action against a vicious and dangerous former world champion. Gunther is here. McAfee and Gunther live tonight. She's the inaugural Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria, looking for retribution and revenge against, well, her
KJW Brown. Welcome.
World champion, the man, Becky Lynch, looks to win the Intercontinental
Got pay-per-view right here.
Here live tonight. And this is the hometown of this man. Seeking his fifth
Wow.
world title.
This is his hometown.
John Cena, live at Backlash.
Wow.
What a weekend it was in Las Vegas.
You don't mean anything to me because the last real champ is here. Talking back, I'm talking back, I'm talking back, I'm You are the latest legend.
Oh, baseball? No, this is wrestling. They're in St. Louis.
I'm going to maul you. I'm going to grab you by the hand and drive it into this mouth. You got a problem with Cole? You got a problem with me?
25 minutes. I'm already the greatest ever. I'm gonna make that matter like I made you matter. I'm all days, no price
Rather have later.
Welcome to WWE Backlash. You're gonna be in
Let's
for
go.
one hell of a night.
Let's do one of these.
Winners write history.
Need to get me a drink.
And now, Morgan and Morgan presents WWE Backlash.
You are looking live at the sold-out Enterprise Center in downtown St. Louis, Missouri. We are sold out with 17,155 WWE fans on hand for WWE Backlash.
Here you go. Oh yeah.
The following is a fatal full-weight match for the United States Championship.
Share this.
Introducing the challengers. First, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at
What an incredible ride to Backlash tonight, a fatal four-way match for the United States Championship. Hello again, everybody, at ringside tonight. I'm Michael Cole from Monday Night Raw. He's Wade Barrett from Friday Night SmackDown. Our normal partner, Pat McAfee, not here tonight because he has a match with Gunther later on. But what a way to kick off the night for the U.S. title.
Yeah, what is likely to be one of the most physical matches of the year. Championship on the line, packed arena, and they are bellowing out support for the megastar L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Tremendous statistics from our Jackie Redmond during the countdown show. L.A. Knight has been extremely successful so far in 2025. More wins than just about anyone.
All right, I want to see LA Knight beat McIntyre. I feel like it's his time to leave. Everybody's filming this.
Since WrestleMania 40, some near 14 months ago. The night he won the World Heavyweight title, defeating Seth Rollins, only to hold it for 5+ minutes before being cashed in on by one of the men in this matchup tonight, Damian Priest. And those 14 months have been the longest of McIntyre's career.
Well, just cast your eyes on Drew McIntyre. That physique is undeniably fab. But the grimace on the face tells its story. Drew McIntyre is livid that he is in a fatal four-way matchup this evening instead of a one-on-one match after winning a #1 contenders match on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago. He aims to make these three opponents pay this evening. McIntyre yesterday on SmackDown did connect with a claymore to the jaw of the champ Jacob Fatu. That could be the pathway to victory and gold tonight for McIntyre. And a win here, capturing the United
Eric
States
Wallace.
Championship will make Drew McIntyre a
Thanks
grand
for stopping by, Eric.
champ.
We got a fatal four-way here. Fatal four-way.
Backlash 2 years ago in Puerto Rico. Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. One of the most incredible matchups we've seen at this event as we celebrate the 20th Backlash here tonight.
Damian Priest has a major point to prove after losing the Sin City Street Fight at WrestleMania 41 to one of his opponents tonight, Drew McIntyre. Something the Street King Priest wants to make good this evening.
And tonight, Backlash is brought to you in part by Papa John's. Order pizza and more. The delivery tonight.
The 20th Backlash. That's pretty cool. That's good. one more. He looks like he's gonna win. He looks like he's gonna win.
Since his arrival here in WWE. The interesting thing about this matchup tonight, Wade, is he doesn't have to be pinned or be submitted in order to lose his United States Championship, because the first man to get pinfall or submission becomes the champion.
Yeah, that's why Drew McIntyre's reaction to this becoming a fatal four-way is a little surprising to me. I think the pathway to victory for LA Knight, Damian Priest, and indeed the Scottish Terminator McIntyre is that much easier in that they don't have to pin the current champion, and that it may well be unpinnable.
Jacob Fatu staring across the ring at that man, LA Knight. The man Fatu defeated in WrestleMania in an incredible match for the United States title. What a shock. McIntyre has a scowl on his face as he makes his way to the ring to officially begin this match for the prestigious United States Championship. Dozens of WWE Hall of Famers have held this title over the years. Of course, the very first, crowned back in 1974, someone who this part of the world knows very well, the late great Harley Race, the first ever United States champion, and inspiration for many men on the current roster of WWE. There's a Wade strategy tonight for these men in this match.
Avoid the man that the world is chanting the name of right now, Jacob Fatu. Try and focus.
Freaking LA Knight looks like the Miz. He looks like the Miz. Hey, Troll Slayer. Sono. Hello. Welcome to Backlash, guys.
Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, nearly 14-month rivalry with each other, possibly cost them in this match.
Totally forgot there was a pay-per-view today. Such a pleasant surprise.
Priest and LA Knight were tagging together last night. The second the match ended, they started throwing fists at one another.
Fatal four-way right now, U.S. title. Fatu, LA Knight.
And LA Knight now. Oh, and there's that slingshot. Shoulder right to the chest of Jacob Fatu.
Damian Priest and
Two driven into LA Knight's knees, and LA Knight focused here in the early going tonight.
The blocks is the megastar. He wants his gold back.
yeah. Oh shit.
LA Knight now. Oh, DDT. Damian Priest tonight is so focused here, Wade.
There we go.
An absolute cakewalk thus far for the megastar. But putting one of these men down for the 3 count is a
Share out the stream. Thanks a lot, Zoro.
Going for the Samoan drop, but again,
My shares are getting up too. My shares are almost at 100 shares. Really happy about that.
DDT by LA Knight.
It's been a 2-minute highlight reel of LA Knight's ability thus far. This was not what anyone was anticipating. But you do fear the megastar may well run out of steam at this kind of pace.
And Damian Priest is not the Jacob Fatu as the champion starts to fight back. Remember, Knight was embarrassed.
4 likes. Thank you guys.
It was a great match, but he did not want to lose the title on the grand stage. Oh, and a big elbow drops Fatu again.
Cohesion between Priest and the megastar once again. What do you think is so far in a match like this?
A temporary alliance formed here, because remember, it's every man for himself when it comes to a fatal 4-way. Fatu driven into the post, and now LA Knight, just like I said, temporary alliance.
Wow, and the alliance integrity, Jacob Fatu. Oh my God,
Control by McIntyre.
absolute domineering powerhouse.
Oh, fine. Fine.
This is the pace you expected.
It's not a pace that can be kept up for long. Not with the mass of these bodies. These are four huge
Neckbreaker. Jacob Fatu, and after a trio of neckbreakers, Drew McIntyre is going to wow us with his athleticism into a kickoff. That's a 275-pound man, ladies and gentlemen.
Just an unfair
That's how much I
number
weigh.
of gifts bestowed upon Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre looking for a Claymore, and he's intercepted by LA Knight. You talked about it earlier. The Claymore to Fatu last night almost repeated itself here 24 hours later.
Well, we've seen time and time again already in this match the inherent problem of a fatal four-way. There is always a fresh opponent lurking and waiting to strike when you least expect it.
That step-up kick by Priest, and Fatu now on the top rope. Damian Priest going to go up high as well. So agile for one. Sends Fatu across the ring.
No 6'5" superstar should be capable of moves like that.
And Priest.
Just one wrinkle in the massive playbook of this powerful Puerto Rican.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's something I would like to get into myself.
Flatliner taking out
Gold mining.
LA Knight. McIntyre finds his way
That's
back.
something I would like to do
Well,
myself.
Priest turns his attention
That
again
makes me
to
want to see if
champion.
there's any around here I can go to.
Big kick by Priest again.
That stuff pays off.
This cross Priest, if you remember, this move here.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of Gold. I didn't know she did that.
Busted this time worked perfectly.
Now a big clothesline turns Fatu inside out.
And Jacob Fatu has got zero momentum so far in this matchup. The other trio at moments have looked like they're closing in on victory.
And perhaps that facade of invincibility being chipped away on Fatu by the other three competitors.
Not at all focus their biggest offense on Jacob Fatu, perhaps realizing he is the most durable threat in the matchup.
Fading heel kick by Damian Priest, who now finds himself in control.
I'm impressed because Priest is in control and he's not breathing heavy at all. This deep into a matchup for a lot of offense. Wake up.
Oh, look at this now. Fatu barricade. Interesting. He said that after he was talking earlier today. He said ever since WrestleMania, he's increased his cardio. He's tightened up the diet, and I have no interest in being anywhere near this man because he is completely unhinged. Here's a man who, I've told this story before, spent a number of times in jail, got out, had to sleep on a mattress. Said, I'm never going back there again. I'm going to become a wrestler. I'm going to make some money. And I'm going to destroy people in the process. I'm going to use that killer instinct that I learned in jail and take it on everybody here in WWE.
Okay, we've got two alpha males from opposite sides of the planet about to square off.
No back down in either one of these men. McIntyre and Fatu.
All gas, no brakes doesn't do you any good when you hit a brick wall. That's the words of McIntyre.
It's a crazy stare off.
Quite the moment building here in St. Louis. Fatu and McIntyre exchanging blows.
The Miz cracks me up when he's scared of the Undertaker again.
Tires a bit wobble with headbutt once again. Oh, Drew with a big shoulder tackle.
Drew McIntyre might be about to get
The Miz is just wrestling's play toy now.
This guy's a quota machine. You translate that? I think it means, do you know what I mean?
Oh, got it. Oh, into the corner. Paying homage to, of course, Umaga and Rikishi.
Not the kind of guy I want to have many conversations with, but like everyone else, I want to stare off in awe at the power of Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I made sure there was a table between us when I spoke with him earlier.
Let's stay a safe distance away from this man. The problem is he can close distance in double quick time.
Indeed, it is an incredible athlete for his size, the power, the agility, the strength and the quickness, a high-impact offensive style.
He's also absorbed more punishment than anyone else in this matchup, yet now he is firmly in control. What does that tell you?
We took a little bit too much time there.
Yes, Troll. Ah.
The official can do nothing because remember, no disqualification.
Turns the eyeballs.
You simply gotta go savage against Jacob Fatu. Do what you gotta do to get it done.
LA Knight. Boss McIntyre. Stomps away at the defense of McIntyre. McIntyre's in trouble now.
Feel that frenzy of energy taking over this place.
LA Knight into the corner. McIntyre not able to do anything as LA Knight now heads to the top rope. Time to go to work on the champ. Two able to knock him away.
Priest down, McIntyre tied up. This is effectively a one-on-one match. This is where you need to get get victory here.
What the hell is Fatu thinking? And look at the core strength of McIntyre as he sends Fatu in the note, and Jacob Fatu follows it up.
Oh, what an incredible pivot from
And now a suicide dive and Priest driven into the announce table. Jacob Fatu has it on their feet.
Oh, shit.
This guy is an absolute athletic fight, and he's causing the other kill.
Swan time from the top. And LA Knight.
LA.
Priest. Second header.
Oh, shit.
Climbing on that McIntyre.
All of the mute.
Priest into the cover. Priest into the cover. McIntyre breaks things up.
Oh, shit.
Able to steal it.
Oh God, talk about stealing defeat from the jaws of victory. McIntyre almost falling on his own shoulder.
This is absolutely incredible. First got two with the smash time, and that was an Edway.
Unloading all of the heavy artillery. Do not turn your back, do not celebrate. Bring in a tape of the megastar bullet immediately from the closing sound of heaven.
Devin, you have beaches around you? Yeah, we have Virginia Beach.
All four men are down. It's for the prestigious
We have Virginia Beach. We have Chesapeake Bay. And then under us in North Carolina, we have the Outer Banks. It's like a very long island off of North Carolina. That's the one I like.
Guaranteed to win, you need to take your body to places your opponents won't. And secondly, all four of these men are going to need major medical intervention when this one is over.
He's back to his feet. He's shaking and kicking and driving. And McIntyre caught him. And now Drew looking at the future shot. DDT!
About that medical attention call.
And Fatu now rolls out to the apron.
Yeah, I should be going to the beach in July.
LA Knight got caught up with Fatu, rolled out of the ring. And now McIntyre after shock again. Or shoots in a future shock again by McIntyre. Kept on down by Drew.
All feeling the aftershocks of the level of impacts these competitors are absorbing. Drew's cooking something up here like a tightly coiled.
Drew McIntyre into the cover. Hooks the leg. And Priest covered up on it for a 3 count. That can't do anything for disqualification. And once again, Damian Priest has screwed Drew McIntyre out of a championship.
Incredibly underhanded. Priest just haunting the career of Drew McIntyre.
But again, Wade, we talked about this earlier tonight. With this animosity between these two men spill out and cost them the match. Priest just cost McIntyre a title again. Meanwhile, Fatu back into the ring.
And this is just played into the hands of Jacob
Fatu and LA Knight.
Potentially, LA Knight.
Maybe Fatu because he's just delivering headbutt after headbutt tonight. And it's, for all intents and purposes, it's turned into a one-on-one matchup because McIntyre and Priest are down and the timekeeper's there. Right rolled out of harm's way. Now it's LA Knight's turn.
It's the moonsault that has taken everyone out. LA Knight just getting away in the nick of time. What does everybody want?
Hey, Knight, yeah.
On the top rope. Big elbow. Down goes the champ. Knight now, top rope again.
Run, yeah.
Knight into the cover to retain.
I would love to do that.
Championship.
So small of wait a second.
Meanwhile, the fight between McIntyre and Priest is now spilled out onto the floor seats of the WWE fans here. McIntyre driven off an equipment case and now talking trash to the camera.
Well, you certainly can't win a match all the way out there. These two completely focused on one another and not victory at this point, it seems.
How are they going now? McIntyre.
Oh yeah, they fought at WrestleMania.
Up in that area for where our audio and our video equipment are all stored. Those massive crates.
Nothing positive ever happens from this position.
And now up top, McIntyre looking to take Priest out of the entire equation.
Oh crap.
Priest down.
Breaking the eyeballs of McIntyre.
Little payback. And again, the rage, the disdain between these two coming to a boiling point.
Oh, through a table.
Lifting McIntyre upside the match.
Oh shit.
All the way to the floor. My God,
That was cool.
kamikaze.
That was like one of those like big jump. It was in the crowd. That was cool. Nice throw.
McIntyre's down. Priest is down. LA Knight and Fatu are down at ringside as we take another look. Watch this impact wave.
Oh my God, a standard south of heaven is bad enough, but with the
You're in the crowd, they jump off this big speaker. I can't imagine being that lady right there. Like it was right in front of her.
It has wave.
Well, medical staff have understandably sprinted out here. That may have been an error from Damian Priest, who saw the red rag before his eyes. The mist descended, and there is now a somber chill in the air as these two men are in great danger.
And again, remember, Wade, there are no countouts, there are no disqualifications. This matchup ends only with pinfall or submission. So LA Knight realizing that, trying to take advantage as he sends the champ Fatu into the ring post.
Well, I'm completely writing off McIntyre and Priest. Oh God, at this point, this is a one-on-one match and it's getting really, really ugly.
And now Fatu on our announce table. The hood of the announce table can crash into our laps, and now using the front of the announce table as a weapon to Fatu. Jacob out. Coach on the announce table here.
The referee's completely unable to prevent any of this carnage going on. Match continues.
LA Knight now. Knight headed up to the second round.
Hey, not.
He's here.
Oh, Solo.
Jacob Fatu off the announce table and maybe saving his championship.
Pays to have backup in this game, and LA Knight just knew that his chance of victory went banging.
Look out! Who the hell?
Who's that guy?
Wait, that's one of the biggest free agents on the planet! Oh my God, that's Jeff Cobb! Assaulting LA Knight, sending him into to the post!
Apparently the Solos and Colors
Who is it?
LA Knight completely blindsided, has absolutely no idea what hit him or who hit him.
This guy is just a ball of muscle and menace.
He just crushed Knight's spine against the ring post. And now sends Knight back into the ring. Fatu now coming to at ringside. He looks as confused as we are. Well, the damage has been done by that man, and now Jacob Fatu is going to continue the assault on a now defenseless LA Knight. And again, Wade, Fatu looks as perplexed as the rest of us.
Well, whatever the deal, Solos and Cole has struck here. Fatu, they have no clue.
And Championship.
Here is your winner, and still the United States Champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
They don't want a big horse in the mouth. Fatu retains thanks to that intervention, but it does not appear that Jacob Fatu wanted any gift or any help whatsoever.
Jacob Fatu wins the fatal four-way match for the United States Championship. Wade, remember what Solo Sikoa said last night on SmackDown? He said, I'm out of soldiers. You gotta wonder, is this man his newest soldier?
I'm used to everyone in the WWE wanting a piece of me, but now that I lose the whole slice crazy blood, I gotta look out for everyone else. I get it. They all want the 24/7 fresh. Keep in mind, Grandpa knows a good smell when he tastes it. Now I'm the Old Spice guy. Oh, I'm the Old Spice guy.
On June 28th, from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, champions live here. WWE United Champions for the first time ever in Kingdom Arena, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Tickets available soon on WeBook.
Well, folks, the General Entertainment Authority, in cooperation with WWE, has announced that Night of Champions will be held at Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Saturday, June 28th. Friday Night SmackDown emanates from Kingdom Arena the night before. This marks the first time SmackDown will be held in Saudi Arabia's capital. General ticket sale information and further event updates available in the upcoming weeks. And tonight, WWE Backlash, presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Go to forthepeople.com. Lots to talk about already as we get set for the Backlash post-show. Immediately following the main event here tonight on Peacock and WWE social media channels. Jackie, Peter, and Big E will break things down. You see the array of special guests that are going to be on the event later on tonight. Our main event tonight, here in St. Louis, Missouri, John Cena versus Randy Orton. Their storied rivalry began 25 years ago. They had 23 one-on-one matches in their career. Tonight could be the final time they meet in WWE. But before we get there, it's a heated rivalry born in betrayal. Lyra Valkyria is to claim redemption as she faces off with Becky Lynch in a match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Will Lyra finally strike back at the man and settle the score? It's an all-Irish showdown for the Women's Intercontinental Championship up next.
Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Come on. What's wrong with Daddy? He got infected. Daddy, is that you?
Rated R.
Hey. I never represent, baby. You know wrong. I can see the good for you. I'm right or wrong. So I wanna make it $1 million, baby. I ain't never represent, baby. And you know wrong. I just need a good for you. But I'm right or wrong.
Power on. Bluetooth connected.
So wet, tried to step in, was sliding and slipping. She used to be a cheerleader, was splitting and flipping. She know a lot of niggas ballin', be hitting and dipping, but karate be different. Some hoes they say I be playing, don't hit shit to stay pissed. I'm just hit.
What the fuck?
We making, you know the time that we taking. Got no time to be faking. Speak on what is true and every time I'm getting high, and all I think about is you, girl. I don't know what this bitch do, but I think of you when I get high. I don't know what this bitch do, but I think of you when I get high. I don't know what this bitch do, but I think of you when I get high. Think of you when I get high. Think of you when I get high. These other hoes, they don't use you. Find a way to get by. Attitude, that way you move your girl, shit is just too fly. I don't know what this bitch do, but I think of you when I get high. 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 Think of you when I get high.
It's been nearly a year since Becky Lynch has been in a one-on-one match here at WWE. She lost a steel cage match to Liv Morgan at that point in time. Had a couple of tag team matchups, of course, at WrestleMania, and then the night that she turned on Lyra Valkyria. Will that come into play tonight, Wade? She really hasn't had this match in a year.
I think she's fine. She's absolutely ready. She's blind. Class is permanent. You can shake off the ring rust in a heartbeat when you're as good as Becky Lynch.
And this match is sponsored tonight by Cricket. Fast and powerful nationwide 5G coverage. You can stress less and smile more. Becky Lynch, a 7-time world champion. Royal Rumble winner, couple-time tag team champ, former NXT women's champion as well.
Won it all, but now gets a chance to add one more in the form of the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Woo!
And her opponent from Dublin, Ireland, she is the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria!
She won a 12-person tournament to become the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion back in January. Very proud champion, holding the title for 100+ days. We would learn that it was Becky Lynch, the woman who attacked Bayley, who was supposed to team with Lyra Valkyria for the tag titles at WrestleMania. Becky and Lyra would go on to win the titles, and then Becky would turn her back on this woman, a woman who looked up, idolized Becky Lynch. She was a protege of sorts, only to be betrayed after losing the tag team championship match.
Ultimate feel-good story when these two won the tag championships at WrestleMania 41, only to capitulate 24 hours later. Lyra Valkyria, I would argue, ruined the triumphant return of one of the biggest names in the industry after an 11-month absence.
Yeah, well, Becky Lynch forcing her way into that matchup after attacking Bayley. Nonetheless, this is for the Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch. Lyra does own a victory over Becky back in 2023, Halloween Havoc at NXT. Lyra would beat Becky Lynch to take the NXT Women's Championship.
Many people would argue that was a fluke victory. If you check out exactly how that went down, it was a very quick pin out of nowhere. And Becky Lynch is about to make amends for that tonight.
Well, fluke or not, she won. And if Lyra beats Becky tonight, are you going to call that a fluke as well, Wade?
If she does it in a fluky way, I certainly will.
Jessica Carr going to have her hands full in this matchup here tonight. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, Lyra Valkyria said Becky loved being an idol. She tried to be helpful, or once was helpful with the women in the locker room. That has completely changed. Now Becky has become jealous and bitter and wants to take the top spot from anyone she can.
I personally do not agree with the perspective of Lyra Valkyria whatsoever. Becky Lynch continues to show tough love for the young Dubliner. They formerly idolized Becky Lynch and basically used Becky Lynch as the blueprint to her own success.
Nicely brought arm drag takedown into the over a cover, and she does get it here. The kicking. Deep arm drag by Becky. Lyra said that Becky Lynch no longer cares who she hurts. Lyra said, I will not be walked on.
How's about a little bit of gratitude from Lyra Valkyria? Becky Lynch has basically given Lyra Valkyria the exact know-how how to make it in this game and become a major star and champion. Thank you occasionally, man.
A lot of thank yous. The protege of Becky's looked up to her. Learned a lot from Becky.
And now all she does is badmouth Becky Lynch.
Becky brought that upon herself, and look at this, turning things around. Unique move by Valkyria.
This Boston crowd is about to get even worse for Becky Lynch.
And Lyra punishing Lynch here with the Intercontinental title on the line. Will Becky give up here?
This move is equal parts painful and equal parts humiliating. Dominance in the early goings from the youngster Valkyria.
And this is a great confidence being shown by Lyra here. Slow pace, punishing Becky, making her pay.
It's a smack in the process. I'm not going to argue the technical acumen of Lyra Valkyria. My God, circle.
And Becky in trouble again. Will she give up to Valkyria with the title on the line? Lyra Valkyria is coming to her own. This is not the Lyra Valkyria that Becky faced 2 years ago.
Not the Lyra Valkyria of 6 weeks ago, and that is thanks to Becky Lynch.
She's doing a crazy submission on her.
In the mindset of Lyra Valkyria.
And look at Valkyria putting on a clinic here against one of the all-time greats. Shoulders are down. Becky's got a kick.
Effectively child's play thus far from Lyra Valkyria.
Waistlock standing switch by Lynch.
Lynch was not expecting.
Oh, look at this. Northern Lights. And a kick out by Lynch.
Hell of a bridge too. Tight pin there. And Becky Lynch on the back foot from the off.
You mentioned it, Wade, that Becky Lynch has brought this out of Lyra, and I agree with you on that point. Lyra's come out of her shell. Much more confident, much more vocal, believes in herself now, has had an incredible title reign. WWE fans are behind her, and Valkyria now with a kick driving Becky to the barricade.
So what you're telling me is there is method to the madness of the former mentor, Becky Lynch.
I didn't think Becky expected this out of Lyra, but she's getting it here tonight at Backlash. I really love watching the development of this woman, Lyra Valkyria, world champ at some point in her future, no doubt about that. Becky Lynch now, and there's the veteran, as Lyra took a bit too much time heading up to the top rope, and now Becky Lynch on the attack.
Yeah, Becky Lynch showing that finesse that has made her a top-level star in this industry, and Becky Lynch, as much as anyone else, did not have an easy climb to the top in this game. Nobody rolled out the red carpet for her. Why the hell should she roll out the red carpet for people like Lyra Valkyria?
Becky wants the Intercontinental title.
She's bleeding.
She's been a world champion, NXT champion, tag champion, World Rumble winner.
Bleeding on her elbow.
To become the second ever Intercontinental champion, and now really taking it out on Valkyria. And she's got to be careful here, because Lyra's got the champ's advantage. She's got to be pinned or submitted for Becky to win the title. Here's the cover. Now by Becky to kick out at 2.
But it's one thing coming out of a blocks off. It's another thing riding through that storm and showing you have champion caliber, endurance, and durability. And right now we're seeing that Becky Lynch has taken the sting out of the tail of Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, Becky, the veteran, slowing things down, now controlling Lyra. Big slap across the face. This is all mental now, right? Mind game, establishing dominance.
What's the clear weakness when it comes to Lyra Valkyria against Becky Lynch? Move for move, hold for hold, athleticism for athleticism. You can't put a piece of paper between them. But the mindset of Becky Lynch is conquering. There's still some naivety, some innocence to Lyra Valkyria, and that in this game is a massive problem.
Now Lyra Valkyria able to roll through. Really hope for Becky, and Becky using the ropes to her advantage. And there's the next blow. Becky again looking to win the championship. Shoulders down and a kick out. You know, Big E talked about this with us in the Countdown show. The fact that it takes a long time to find yourself in like WWE. It doesn't happen in weeks, it doesn't happen in months, it takes years to get to that point. I was just on the cusp of that.
Yeah, verbally she's certainly already there. These past few weeks has been a completely different persona, attitude from Valkyria. Now they have to back that up in-ring, bell to bell with the brightest spotlights on a PLE against one of the very best. It's a tall order.
And Becky Lynch, who again admitted to attacking Bayley a few weeks ago, and very vocal about Bayley in recent weeks.
I'll tell you right now, Bayley being taken out of that matchup effectively allowed these two to win the gold. The end justifies the means. And Lyra Valkyria got the greatest spotlight of her entire career thanks to Becky Lynch taking Bayley out.
Screaming that that man was the fiancé of Lyra Valkyria sitting in the front row here at ringside, and that just tipped Lyra off as she's fighting back now against Becky.
Certainly an insult to injury, goading your opponent's future family member while defeating her and taking away a championship.
For the title. And a kick out, and again, that great mind game by the veteran. Bring out the emotion in Lyra. Force her to make a mistake.
Exactly the level Lyra Valkyria needs to round her game out to if she wants to be a future Hall of Famer like the man Becky Lynch. Bloody but in full control is Becky Lynch.
Yeah, that's how she made her name, right? Bruised and bloody, the man.
With the nose splattered across her face.
Lyra though, very defiant. Lyra Valkyria with a slap to Becky Lynch, and Lyra now taking the blows from Becky.
Yeah, the audacity of Lyra Valkyria.
What a counter by Lyra. Trying to set Becky up. Down goes Lynch.
Tremendous power there from Lyra Valkyria, fighting through the pain and that onslaught of slaps from Lynch. And managing to get a little breathing room finally.
It is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. There's been only one Intercontinental Champion. That would be Lyra Valkyria, holding the title for over 100 days. It's time to fight back here against one of the all-time greats in Becky Lynch. And Lyra now with a clothesline, starting to build some momentum. And this is the fire we've been talking about that Lyra's been showing as of late.
This is the adaptive and reflexive brilliance of Lyra Valkyria. Figuring it out as you go along. It's why she's had so much success thus far.
Cartwheel turned into the Enziguri, follows it up now. That sit-out powerbomb, cover, and a kick out by Lynch. And Lyra almost pleading with our official, Jessica Carr. What do I need to do to put Becky away?
It was a nice effort there from Lyra Valkyria. She simply didn't get the height on that powerbomb to put away someone the caliber of Becky Lynch. And that's signs of fatigue on the body of the champion.
Is 17,155 sold out at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri tonight for Backlash. Jacob Fatu saw him retain the United States Championship just a few moments ago. Lyra do the same for the Women's Intercontinental title. Or will Becky Lynch win the gold? What a physical battle, and I'm impressed with the way that Lyra's going toe-to-toe with Becky.
Completely hanging in there, and this is not a position the challenger Lynch wants to find herself in.
From the top rope, in trouble, what a superplex! Lyra able to hold her up there for maximum impact. And Becky able to kick at it too.
Shows you how well-rounded physically Lyra Valkyria truly is. This stalling suplex off the second rope there, connecting flush on the lower back of Becky Lynch, taking out your ability to kick out at just about. Becky Lynch was able to dig deep enough to keep this one going.
WWE fans applauding this great matchup for the Women's Intercontinental title. Becky, nice standing switch by Valkyria. Roll up now, shoulders down. Becky turns it around. Shoulders down on Lyra. Becky trying to use the rope in the efficient part. Tell me that was instinct, Wade. That was premeditated.
A wily veteran move, it just didn't pay off.
And Becky, down goes Valkyria, cover by Lynch. Can she do it here? Almost had her.
And now Becky Lynch is realizing she perhaps underestimated the resolve of the champion tonight. Valkyria has been outstanding. I expect that every time from Becky Lynch.
There's a physical and mental exhaustion being shown by two of these men as this sold-out crowd looks on. Becky trying to get fired up now. Begging Lyra to get to her feet, but Becky can put her away. Look for the manhandle slam. Counter by Valkyria. Into the corner goes Lynch. And Becky got caught this time. Went to the well once too often, and Lyra was able to capitalize.
Unfortunately for Lynch, she managed to land on her feet.
Over the top and take it out. The challenger.
Immediately pouncing. Lyra Valkyria just when Becky Lynch thought she was out of danger. Nowhere to hide against this woman.
Lyra top rope, leg drop to the back of the neck.
Kerry Patia. A move she perfected in NXT UK.
And that slight hesitation, and there, right there, waiting to see the inexperience.
Complete indecision there. Shot that she had. The former shoulder got. Lynch tried to get her knees up. I don't think she quite connected.
Yeah, but she did a bit. She didn't get all of it, but it was enough. It was just enough. So watch this.
Is that Perry Patia that she won many matches with, took it to gold in NXT UK back in the day. This indecision though, before going for the pin, perhaps cost her this one. Knees up catching the edge, you're right, Cole, of the frame of Lyra Valkyria, just allowing Becky Lynch to escape the worst of it.
Yeah, but again, that slight indecision shows you the inexperience of Lyra. Will it cost her in this match against Lynch?
That's the growth you have to find if you want to get to the level that Becky Lynch is at. It shows there are still weaknesses within Valkyria's.
like that. Oh, wait a minute. For a backslide, Becky able to counter. And now Lynch down. Oh, look at an armbar here. Trying to lock an armbar in. Lyra doing a great job trying to block without a separation.
This armbar reversed nicely there.
And now Lyra with an armbar of her own on Becky. She almost set Becky up with a disarmer and then turned it into an armbar. And now Becky Lynch trying to get into a pinning combination here. And Becky Lynch, there it is. There's the disarmer. The disarmer now on Lyra. Will she get the champion to tap out?
You saw Lynch diligently trying to dig this one out, and clearly, Lyra knows just how dangerous that hole is.
Yeah, Lyra able to slip out of it. And now, man! Lyra rolls into the cover. Almost had her. And this time Becky connects. Man, handle, slam, for the title. Can't get away now, carry again. Guessing herself. Everything she's throwing at Lyra, and now she's lost it.
And that was an ego-crushing kick out by Lyra Valkyria. The confidence ebbing away from Becky Lynch, and now you see sheer panic in the eyes of the challenger, wondering what the hell she has to do to win this goal.
Well, we talked to Becky earlier today, and she was cocky, egotistical, and now Becky with a chair. You can't win the title with the chair, Becky. It's about the Intercontinental Championship.
This is Becky Lynch completely losing her mind at this point. Game plan out the window.
And the official, Jessica Carr, she doesn't want to see the match in that way either.
A huge favor to Becky Lynch there. Keeping this matchup alive.
Hold on a second. Jessica Carr throws the chair out of the ring. Becky Lynch now has exposed the turnbuckle in the corner. The steel turnbuckle now exposed. The pad has been ripped off. Valkyria sends Becky. Oh, Becky Black almost got caught there. That's German suplex released by Lyra. Valkyria with a mid-spin kick. And now Lyra. Second rope. Tombstone. This time it connects. This time to the pain. Kicked out by Becky.
Well, both women giving it everything they've got, but their opponent has been equal to everything thus far.
Just complete exhaustion from both of these top superstars.
But it's mental fatigue that is the killer at this point. You know you've dropped your best shots, and it's not been good enough.
Lyra now putting Becky up on her shoulders. Becky again able to counter. Oh, second turnbuckle, not the exposed one.
Highly fortunate.
Another manhandle slam. Another cover by Lynch. Another kick out by Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria survives again, and Becky Lynch is beside herself.
Lyra Valkyria is showing the world just how hard-wearing she is. Tolerating massive levels of abuse, and this is getting super ugly.
Yeah, Becky Lynch is she lost it. Doesn't know what she needs to do to put Lyra away.
I don't think Lyra Valkyria has any clue where she's at now. It's about to get even worse.
Blocked by Lyra. Now Jessica Carr realizes the turnbuckle's been exposed. She's going to head out to, I guess, grab the pad. Meanwhile, Becky went for another manhandle slam. Lyra Valkyria has Becky up. Nightwing! Center of the ring! The official was out of position when she was doing her job, and he allowed Becky to kick out.
Yeah, an extra beat has taken victory away from the champ.
It wasn't Jessica Carr's fault. She was doing her job, trying to put the pad back on the turnbuckle, a bit out of position, and that slight difference may have cost Lyra.
This is the referee completely unsighted to what's going on, trying to fix that clear and present danger in the corner. But that extra 1 second between the pin taking place and the count beginning was the difference maker, and Lynch is still alive in this one.
Lyra again with Becky up top. Is she going to try to deliver another Nightwing? Becky fighting back though. Lynch looking for another manhandle slam. Lyra rolls through, chokers it down now on Lynch, kicked out by Becky again. And Becky
onto the eye there, clearing up inadvertent, but highly effective.
rolling up Lyra. Lyra able to counter. Roll up her arm, grabs the leg of Becky Lynch and got her! Lyra got her! Lyra retains! And Becky Lynch is pinned off and she's assaulting Valkyria! Lyra Valkyria wins, retains the title, and Becky Lynch, clearly frustrated, beside herself, has completely got off on Valkyria.
Well, physically, both women gave it absolutely everything.
Becky Lynch lost.
Just get in there, do something, stop it!
Lynch was just outfoxed, and now she is absolutely furious and go bananas.
She's gonna break Lyra Valkyria's arm here. More officials have headed into the ring to try to separate this situation. Lyra Valkyria, by the way, may have a broken nose. And now,
Demented look in the eye of Becky Lynch. Sometimes when you win really, you lose in this game.
General Manager Adam Pearce finally out here to separate these two. The champion retains her title, but at what cost? It was a hell of a matchup, and it's a shame it had to end that way. We learned a lot about Becky Lynch tonight. We also learned a lot about the champion Lyra Valkyria.
Tremendous courage and passion from both women, but it just exploded in the final moments there.
Lyra Valkyria, what a performance tonight, Wade.
She stepped up absolutely huge, outsmarting the veteran in those closing moments, getting the W. But the body of Lyra Valkyria is just a wreck at this point.
Gotta take a look at some of the great.
Celebrate mom luxury live through Mother's Day.
Did you pick this? Come here, you.
Only at Jared Jewelers.
Con cada acumulamos experiencias y logros y aprendemos a cuidar la salud. Si tienes 45 años o más, debes hacerte una prueba para detectar el cáncer de colon, aunque no tengas síntomas. La prueba de Cologuard se puede hacer en la privacidad de tu casa. Cuando se detecta temprano, el cáncer de colon es tratable en 9 de cada 10 personas. Personas de 5 años o más, con riesgo promedio y no riesgo alto. Positivos y falsos negativos. Pregúntale a tu médico si Cologuard es para ti.
Is for the way you look at me. Oh, this time the only one I see. He is very, very extraordinary. He is even more than anyone that you adore and love. Is all that I.
The voice inside your head.
Why you're typically athletic.
Right now.
Man, that's noisy. There we go.
championship. Introducing first, from Telegram, from Ecatepec, Mexico, weighing in at 87 kilos, Penta!
He's the man who has taken WWE by storm. Not to mention, Wade, he's pretty damn cool. Penta, bringing for his first singles championship since arriving WWE.
Physical charisma, 10 athletic ability, 110. This guy needs to be seen to be believed, and what a welcome addition to WWE.
It is quite the year so far, including being the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble match earlier this year, lasting over 42 minutes. Backlash is brought to you in part by Prime Hydration's new flavor, Sour Nova, with only 20 calories, 0 added sugar, BCAAs, and electrolytes, now available at Quick Trip. Memphis had quite the issue. Not only Dominic Mysterio, but also Judgment Day. Past couple of months.
Carlito.
San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, representing the Judgment Day. He is the Intercontinental Champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Maybe they are going to let Don go alone tonight. You spoke to Dominic earlier today. He says the gear he's wearing tonight is a tribute to his godfather, Psychosis, from his Nicho the Millionaire days in Mexico. I remember. So that's the cool. But nonetheless, you think that Dominic would have been humble winning the Intercontinental Championship. In many ways, it's made him more insufferable.
Humble? You get humbled if you lose a championship. You win a championship, your ego is perfectly entitled.
You don't have to act like a jackass.
To go out of control. And I like that Nicho the Millionaire reference, because Dirty Dom this evening absolutely looks like $1 million. That's all of the housewives of planet Earth would agree with.
So, 30 seconds after he won the championship in WrestleMania, WWE social media caught him in the back of the interview, and he immediately found himself the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever. Now, dozens of Hall of Famers have held this prestigious title.
And some not Hall of Famers, let's throw that in too. But, you know.
So, okay, I'm sitting next to a former 5-time Intercontinental Champion in Wade Barrett. Would you consider Dominic the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time?
He's certainly neck and neck with me at this point. So we're fighting it out for the top victory here, and Dirty Dom is #1 on his own.
And now, Dominic Mysterio, with the body shots to Penta. What does Dominic need to do to knock off Penta here tonight?
He's going to avoid this jaw-dropping athleticism, this blink and you'll miss it kind of offense. Hit and move, and try somehow around Penta.
An impressive move of his own. And, hey, I've said this over the past few months. I've been very impressed with the maturation process of Dominic Mysterio in the ring.
Finally, Michael Dole says something nice about Dirty Dom. Only took you about 3 years, Cole.
A lot better than Carlitos. Here's the collar. Both legs in a kick out by the champion. I said his athletic ability and his in-ring prowess. I said nothing about his attitude.
You don't have to like his attitude, Cole. He's continuously bringing that out as wrong. And I know it grinds your gears. This kid is everything he said he ever was.
Penta hung up on the top rope by Mighty Mysterio. He drives Penta now out to the floor. Here comes Dominic. Dominic with a suicide dive. Turning into a DDT. What a move by Dominic Mysterio.
That right there is up there with the greatest DDT
I agree with you, Ray. That was absolutely incredible. Turned a suicide dive into a DDT, back into the ring, breaks the count, and now mocking Penta.
The only problem with that DDT is that it happened outside the ring, and you couldn't immediately capitalize with a pin. But wow, Dirty Dom.
Eddie Ringo. Penta just fired up Penta. And now chop after chop outside the ring.
I'll say this one. Is outmaneuvering one of the best movers in WWE in Penta. And nobody saw that coming.
Penta was driven hip first into the corner of the steel steps. Now Mysterio celebrating and back on the attack. And you know what? I gotta say, I like the aggressiveness of Dom here.
He's doing everything right thus far. It's all coming out parties, defeating 3 top names at WrestleMania to become the champ, including his potential victory this evening.
Yeah, not to mention he pinned his fellow judgment member, Finn Balor, and I don't believe Finn has gotten over that yet. Covered out by Mysterio. Hook to the leg. Penta kicks out.
Now that's clean.
Finn Balor has just forgotten the fact that Dominic
John,
pretty much stabbed him in the back at WrestleMania.
it's new to the party. What's up? You shared out my stream. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate the share. I almost have 100 shares now.
Now again, it's vicious attack by Mysterio and Penta. Dominic has been dominating thus far. Dominating Dominic.
Oh, look at you, eh? The gift of the gab, Michael Cole.
And again, Penta grabbing the bottom rope this time. Forces a break.
That's a little cockiness too far there from Dirty Dom Mysterio. We've got to take care of the basics in this game.
Dominic Mysterio handed Penta his only singles loss in WWE. That happened the night after WrestleMania with the title on the line, thanks to the return of J.D. McDonough. Helping Dominic keep the title that night. That's another thing that ticked off Finn Balor. But nobody told Finn that JD was returning to WWE after that horrific injury.
Ticked off for a couple of minutes, then you sort it out in the back, you have a quick chat, high five, welcome back, brother, let's move on.
Dominic, former 2-time NXT North American champion, as well as tag champion. Of course, with his dad, Rey Mysterio. Penta now, we're going to build some momentum. There's the sling blade, and Penta, we're going to turn things around.
Yeah, that showboat from Dom may come back to haunt him here. It's allowed Penta away back in.
Penta, one-time world champion in Impact, AAA Latin American champion, of course, numerous tag titles with his brother, Ray Phoenix, is over now on Friday Night SmackDown.
Penta's not quite moving as well as he normally does. Took a little while to get up there, but there's coming extreme danger.
And Penta now takes out Dominic with a cross body way above the ring.
Well, that side of Penta that you mentioned earlier, getting drilled into those ring steps in the early goings, it's clearly affecting Penta in a big way, immediately recoiling after connecting with that crossbody.
Again, champion's advantage. Penta has to pin or submit Dominic to win the title. Referee now at a count of 4.
Penta's looking like he's struggling to breathe at this point. The effectiveness of that high-risk move is really neutralized when it takes this long to try and pounce. And look at the agony racking the body of this luchador.
And for a man like Penta who flies around the ring away, that cannot be good. Dominic with a great game plan tonight. A kick right to the midsection by Dominic. And now Dominic down. With a swivel of hips here. And Penta not allowing the second of the 3 amigos to happen. Great move by Dominic. Again, in position. Still this from his dad. 619 does it the opposite side, however. Penta was ready for it. Now Penta launching himself up over the top. For the championship, Dominic at 2.
Crucifix pin there from Penta, but again, Penta is writhing in agony. Take another look back at this high-risk offense, this vertical crossbody coming right down the throat of Dirty Dom, followed by this crucifix pin. There's still life in Penta, despite the level of assault he's had to absorb thus far.
Yeah, and it's been a great performance thus far by Mysterio.
Oh, yeah, Oblivion!
Here it is! Put that from his girlfriend, and a kick out by Penta. Dominic just delivered Oblivion, which is what Liv Morgan championships in the past and almost had Penta taken out. Remember, Liv's off doing a movie. Dominic obviously misses her. Did a little homage to his girl right there.
Nice little tribute to Baby Cakes, Liv Morgan.
What?
Baby Cakes, that's what they call each other.
Or do you call her that? Big kick now by Penta. Baby Cakes. Penta now up to the top rope. Dominic trying to fight back. Penta out to the apron. Great matchup, very focused all night long. Dominic now on the apron. Penta able to counter momentarily. Catches Dom in the temple. Penta now! Oh, Mexican Destroyer on the apron! You gotta be kidding me!
Oh, that's a complete killer blow there for Dominic Mysterio.
I was wondering how long this was gonna take.
Carlito!
This goofball Carlito now wandering out here.
Well, Dominic Mysterio needs all
Wait, over here! Balor and JD McDonough just bounced over the barricade. The referee is with Carlito and...
What an excellent
Wait a minute!
game plan.
Finn, what was Finn? What the hell was Finn waiting for? Finn took forever. And he got caught. Come on now. Balor had Penta dead to rights.
You go. He ejected us.
Just raise a shot for once.
Oh my God, JD McDonough's even upset with him. Whatever the plan was, it obviously backfired, and now Dominic Mysterio's left alone.
Oh shit. That was cool.
Judgment Day like that. I think Finn Balor managed to get out of the way at the last second. Whatever game plan was there clearly did not play out as Judgment Day wanted.
And could Penta be closing in on his first singles championship in WWE. And Balor back out here again. I thought they sent him packing. Oh, hey!
Oh shit.
Americano, whatever, with that loaded match that still played in his match.
Chad Gable is the funniest wrestler there's ever been. Gable is so awesome.
You've been drinking, it's not Gable, it's a grande.
That was so funny. Look.
Chad Gable's had an issue with luchadors for months and months now. Then he shows up in this goofy mask, and he's taking out Penta. This is insanity.
Well, this is Pentagon for both trying to take out the entirety of Judgment Day. One fell swoop, he missed one of them. Finn Balor and the destruction of Balor when he came back on El Grande Americano to hit that devastating headbutt that has taken out the likes of Rey Fenix.
Well, the bottom line is Balor had to do something to able to screw things up for Mysterio. And then El Grande Americano shows up out of nowhere. And, you know, for Penta, this is insane. Wait, Penta, this is a 4-on-1 fight for Penta tonight.
But ultimately, the big victor
Dominic Mysterio
is the greatest luchador on planet Earth. Dirty Dom Mysterio retains the gold. Great job.
You're sick.
Wash the Slayer.
They fear him, and so your dominion over hell is not absolute.
The time is now. All the power of hell. Cowering.
Rated M for mature. Welcome to the official Rio season opening ceremony 2024.
and I'm bringing Old Spice Total Body to the WWE Performance Center. Old Spice Total Body slams funk into oblivion. I can smell my own beer again. Scent of coconuts and palm trees puts odor and submission home. It is so gentle on the skin. So when you're stinking up the joint, turn to Old Spice Total Body to become the 24/7 freshest champ.
Later tonight, Montreal is back in focus as the center of the fight universe. The newly minted welterweight champion, Mullah Muhammad, makes his first title defense.
No more smoke for today. That was 6 grams for me today. Holy
is available
shit.
for purchase right now at the UFC.com/PPV. For more information. Ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw comes live to Louisville, Kentucky this coming Monday night. Finn Balor, AJ Styles, in what many would consider a dream matchup, one-on-one this coming Monday night. War Raiders still trying to prove that they want another title opportunity against the champs, the New Day. The New Day said they'll both do the American made, the Creed brothers first. That happens Monday night on Raw, live on Netflix.
Let's go.
Ripley's back and she's
With the party, music, dance, disco, rock on, heart, glasses, smoke, hugs, heart, boats, island, party, flowers, champagne. Hey.
Live on Monday night. 2 weeks from tonight, we're in Tampa, Florida.
We got
on NBC for the return of Saturday night's main event.
Saturday night's main event.
Jey Uso will defend his world
in 2 weeks
championship
on NBC and Peacock.
Logan Paul on Saturday night's main event. Speaking of Saturday night's main event,
we have
years ago this weekend, Saturday night's main event on NBC. Randy Orton, his father, Cowboy Bob Orton, in a matchup.
We have Monday Night Raw on Monday. Mondays should be cool.
Randy Orton heading into the main event.
Monday's Raw, I gotta work, I'm gonna have an interview. Monday's gonna be a cool day.
One of the most classic moments in WWE history. Speaking of Cena and Orton, we are in Randy Orton's hometown of St. Louis tonight. And these two men have been incredible champions. John Cena, of course, with 17 world titles, the most of all time. The Nature Boy Ric Flair has 16. Randy Orton is tied with the Hall of Fame of the Games, Triple H, with 14 world titles apiece. They meet the undisputed WWE Championship live tonight. And here we have the Karate Kid fan section. These fans are feeling unstoppable. See Karate Kid Legends exclusively in theaters May 30th. Well, I'm going to be coming massively pro McAfee coming up next because in just a few moments, my partner and friend, Pat McAfee, steps into the ring to face
the ring announcer is fighting Gunther.
Gunther get away unpunished again.
It's going to be kind of crazy.
McAfee, Gunther, live next.
This is a bad idea. We said we try every event before the Winter Olympics comes to Italy. We should not be on snowboards. You want to get on skis, right? They go 100 in the downhill. I'd rather be inside with a bowl of pasta. We're in the north. We're risotto country. Okay, Mr. Italy, but this is crazy. You want crazy? Try the skeleton. How about curling? Right? Well, we could do that with sandwiches. Or a nice bruschetta. How do we get down from here? Hey!
We welcome those who shape the future. Lego House is creating new interactive experiences with Microsoft's innovative AI tools and guidance. Imagine what you can build. Challengers welcome.
Taking a little brain vacay to Japan? It's the dream. Why don't you stop dreaming and go? My budget's more instant ramen than sashimi these days. Use Priceline. They've got millions of hotel and flight deals on the menu. Deal. Have you tried the 60% off? It's super fresh. Japan, here I come. Arigato. Go to your happy price. Priceline.
Walmart Plus. It's Walmart Plus free delivery. Because cooking food is a lot more fun than shopping for it. It's Walmart Plus an included Paramount Plus subscription to stream Dora. So your daughter can learn Espanol.
Delicioso.
Plus, you get 25% off at Burger King. And that's 25% more savings to put towards things you need. Like napkins. Delicioso. Our thoughts exactly. Basically, it's Walmart Plus more ways to save. Walmart Plus. It's Walmart Plus.
Con cada paso, acumulamos experiencias y logros y aprendemos a cuidar nuestra salud. Si tienes 45 años o más, debes hacerte una prueba para detectar el cáncer de colon, aunque no tengas síntomas. La prueba de Cologuard se puede hacer en la privacidad de tu casa. Cuando se detecta temprano, el cáncer de colon es tratable en 9 de cada 10 personas. Cologuard es para personas de 45 años o más, con riesgo promedio y no riesgo alto. Pueden darse resultados falso positivos y falso negativos. Pregúntale a tu médico si Cologuard es para ti.
This Mother's Day, luxury is how mom defines.
Oh, it's so noisy. So noisy. Energizer Bunny.
Only the grace of God can lift my eyes off your throat. Hey, let's go.
Pat McAfee.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, by way of Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing in at 240 pounds, Brad McAfee!
I'll be honest tonight, Wade. I am extremely nervous. I'm extremely nervous. I feel sort of responsible for this man being in this predicament tonight. But I'm going to say what I said on the Countdown show. I'm going to apologize for two things tonight. One is getting Pat McAfee in this predicament, standing up for me tonight. And I'm also going to apologize in advance, because for the first time really in my career, I am going to be very biased tonight in the call of this match. Pat McAfee, I want him to win. I want him to embarrass Gunther tonight for Gunther abusing us, assaulting us, laying his hands on us, not allowing us as commentators to have opinions. We should be able to get our opinions out here tonight. And I want Pat McAfee to put Gunther in his place for what he did to me and him a number of weeks ago.
Well, I appreciate the passion. I can't really argue with a single point you make, but I'll try and be the voice of reason at times during this match. Of course, I want McAfee to win too, but I've got to let you know, this match is brought to you by Karate Kid Legends. 2 branches, 1 tree. See Karate Kid Legends exclusively in theaters May 30th.
Pat McAfee's had a number of matches, a handful in his career. Wade, he's been very successful. He's done it in SummerSlam. He's done it in WrestleMania. But listen, I understand he's going in there against a very vicious and a very violent man who's extremely upset over the fact that he is no longer world champion. He took that frustration out on Pat and I the night after WrestleMania, and it has led to this.
Look at you, you've already got your jacket off. I've never seen you quite so incredible in anybody's matchup. and things may finally be settling down in the mind of Pat McAfee. The penny may be dropping. The time for talk is over. And oh my God, what a predicament you find yourself in against this man, the ultimate destroyer.
The problem is that you can't allow a man like Gunther to just run around and assault people. Wait, you and I, we have a job to do out here. You know, 28 years I've been doing this. 28 years I've sat in this. I've gotten my butt kicked. I missed a handful of shows. I should be allowed to have some sort of opinion after 28 years. And now we're afraid to say anything that might piss somebody off. They're going to come over here and beat the hell out of us.
You're morally right, but it doesn't make Pat McAfee getting in the ring with this man anywhere close to right.
And his opponent from Vienna, Austria.
Yeah, sure.
Bringing in at 250 pounds, the Ring Kettle.
Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. I mean, if there's anyone that can pull this off, I believe it's Pat McAfee. Everything he's done in his life, his career to get to this point, hard worker, came from nothing, built an empire, has shown incredible athleticism in the ring, and Pat is in tremendous shape and ready to go. Come on, Pat! Come on!
When it comes to Pat, unlike you, I love the loyalty, I love the bravery, I love the attitude, but I hate the chances of this going remotely well.
Yeah, but
it gives me no happiness to admit.
Wait, what if Gunther takes him lightly? What if he's already seen the smirk and smile on his face?
Well, the gulf in ability in ring between these two, I feel like Gunther can take Pat lightly and still win.
Well, that's what started it all for us. But they mentioned the fact that Gunther tapped out to Jey Uso to lose his world title at WrestleMania.
Well, that's not doing Pat McAfee any favors right now, reminding and goading this big Austrian powerhouse, lighting that fuse inside the mind of Gunther. Sooner or later, there's going to be an explosion.
The points we're making, Wade, I think are valid. I mean, at WrestleMania a year ago, couldn't get the job done against Sami Zayn, one of the biggest upsets in WrestleMania history. Same thing happened this year against Jey Uso, because Gunther looked past both of those men, didn't take them seriously perhaps, and now just slinging Pat across the ring.
Paul, you're absolutely right. Look, Gunther has had fewer than a handful of defeats in his entire time in WWE. You can pretty much space them out by about 12 months, and you're telling me two are going to come back to back within 3 weeks of each other? I'm not buying it.
Well, McAfee has had a real match in, a couple of years, and he's in there with this killer Gunther, who now just brutalizing him here in the early going, and I know why Pat's in there.
Pat acts first and thinks second. It's why he's been so successful in everything he's ever tried. But occasionally there is an exception, and this may be a way to the wow.
Went for the chop, and Pat able to move away. Pat showing a little bit of life here. Over 17,000 on their feet for McAfee.
Gunther's just enjoying the sport of this right now, but make no mistake, tonight is not about sport. It's about soothing the damaged ego of Gunther.
Let's go, Pat. Collar and elbow tie up now. McAfee with a headlock. The official in this matchup, and England, and out. Sent out to the apron. Pat hanging on. Interesting that Pat with a clean break, and now just mocked by Gunther and a big right.
That'll wake up.
And McAfee, and again, you just see the inexperience of Pat as he tried to come up over the top. And
over exuberance.
Oh, goodness.
Pat McAfee, welcome to the greatest, most unstoppable force Europe has ever created.
Yeah, overzealousness is the way to put it. I mean,
Pat can't get cute here. He's just got to try to take the fight to Gunther, or this is going to happen. And Gunther now with a kick right to the shoulder, and things are about to get nasty here. Pat, though, not giving up. Pat with a
Pat fighting.
body shots to Gunther. Right hand now and a chop of his own. And Gunther wants some more.
It's just bouncing off Gunther.
Bring it, Pat, bring it. Another one, another one. Oh, and that one just dropped McAfee.
The gulf in power between the shots from these two is so obvious. About 10 unanswered from McAfee. Now watch yourself here, Cole. Don't get too excited. Stay in your lane. I mean that for your own protection. I never want to find out. I hope Pat is in a position to one day tell us.
Oh, Pat is. I don't even think Pat knows where he's at now. There's another top dropping Pat.
Look, I know you're excited, Cole, but as the seconds tick by, a victory here for Pat McAfee.
What does this prove? Seriously. What does any of this prove for you? Just pin him and be done with it. Just move on.
I don't know if you should be talking back to Gunther.
Well, that's what
this is what
I'm
comes
telling
in
him to
this
have some mercy and just finish this thing.
Look, the aim of the game is to stay out of Gunther's way. Both you and McAfee have failed miserably at that, and these are the consequences.
On his shoulder tackle just drops McAfee. Went for the elbow. Pat goes out of harm's way. And now Pat with a kick. Remember, former Pro Bowl punter, kick to the spine. And Pat a bit shocked as Gunther makes it back to his feet. Pat breathing pretty heavy here. You would expect that. Snap there now. And Gunther with a kick to the spine of his own.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you can be a top marathon runner, a brilliant NFL player, a premiership footballer. You don't have the same kind of in-ring
Come on, Pat!
as
Come on,
Gunther
Pat!
has at this
Come on,
game.
Pat! Come on! Dig down deep one time. One big blow. Come on, Pat. What do you got left? Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. Pat's still on his feet after the chop. Pat delivering another one. Lance McAfee. Cover him. Cover him. No, you cover him.
Gunther's in play. You in call. I suggest you sit your backside. Inevitable for getting the hot seat deep. The fun is truly over. Pat McAfee's face turning fused, getting the referee. Endless cascade. Oh, God. Well, it's miraculous. And Pat McAfee 7 straight from God knows where. 30 hours. But his face turned like a completely inhuman shape. His eyes caught that place, and that is over. Get Pat McAfee some medical attention immediately.
The winner, the
While Gunther beats Pat McAfee here at Backlash, which should come as a surprise to nobody. But the cuts, the resolve, the effort from Pat McAfee is something I will be applauding until the end of my days. And even Gunther, the indomitable force, seems astounded that it took him ratcheting up through the gears to put away Pat McAfee, a mere announcer here in WWE. But the danger is truly still present. Watch yourself, lads. From one of the greatest this industry has ever seen, Pat McAfee, we are so proud of you. What an effort. And how much abuse did Pat McAfee force himself through this agonizing Boston crowd? Desperately well done by Michael Cole, who left the desk, has called to continue to talk. Michael Cole subsequently get dragged in the ring down the stretch and opening a great window from McAfee to pull off the ultimate shot. This was Michael Cole holding the leg of the ring general, perhaps the greatest chance McAfee had of pulling off that all-timer shot. It wasn't quite enough, and as the sleeper was hopped in, a reversal immediately from Jumper following this.
Angela. Hey.
And the sleeper
Thanks for stopping back in.
the hot deep. Pat McAfee fading. The eyes turning to dark pits.
Well, Pat McAfee got beat, of course, but he put on a really good show.
Pat McAfee, that was absolutely incredible. A well-deserved standing ovation for a man who performed above and beyond this evening at Backlash. Thank you, Pat McAfee. As we try and catch our breath here, let's go and take a special look at the new movie Karate Kid Legacy, starring Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan. Two legends unite.
That was cool. He's a ring announcer and he did a match. That's cool. Cena and Randy tonight. Yep.
Exclusively in theaters May 30th. Wheatley American Vodka is for hardworking people with true American spirit. People who never smell it in. People who rise to the occasion. Men and women who know how to get the job done. And when the day is over, nothing's better than celebrating with something truly American.
Oh no! Don't drink wheat vodka. Don't.
On June 7th,
Don't drink no wheat.
Los Angeles hosts two epic events. WWE Worlds Collide, featuring Triple A Lucha Libre. And WWE Money in the Bank.
Why's America got the nastiest liquor? Moonshine.
The rest. WWE Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank
Corn
in
liquor,
Los
wheat
Angeles,
liquor.
June 7th. Individual event tickets on sale now.
I knew Pat McAfee was crazy, but you showed me someone else there, Cole. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Feeling for Pat. But listen, I said this a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to let a guy like Gunther stop me from doing my job. And I've got to call one of the biggest main events in history coming up. So I'm going to be here to do my job. So let's get to work. WWE is coming to LA on Saturday, June 7th with Worlds Collide. That's at the Kia Forum. And Money in the Bank at the Intuit Dome. Individual event tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster. There's going to be plenty to talk about tonight on the Backlash kickoff show here in St. Louis. Takes place immediately following our upcoming main event. Of course, Triple H will be a part of that show. You see some of the other stars will be involved. Jackie, Biggie, and Peter taking over the festivities from there as soon as our main event is done tonight. You know, Wheatley American Vodka and WWE are proud to be joined tonight by Technical Sergeant Michael Perkins from the USO and Scott Air Force Base right here outside of St. Louis. Wheatley raises a glass to Technical Sergeant Perkins and all retired and active members of the U.S. military for your service. Final time of the night, we're going to show you some comparisons between two all-time greats of John Cena and Randy Orton. Combined 41 world titles.
another 15 other championships. Both have won Money in the Bank, both Royal Rumbles as well. But tonight, it is a rivalry reborn. For over 2 decades, 2 titans have defined era after era. John Cena defends the 17
Oh, this is crazy. Randy and John.
St. Louis.
Possibly their last match.
Play one more legend
Crazy.
on his quest to regain the title, or will Cena's destructive
It'll be
farewell
their
tour
94th
march on?
match.
Cena in order for the
Together.
undisputed WWE Championship.
Them together.
Llegaron los juegos de Crispy Strips, jugosos con un toque de pimienta y listos para dipping en mayo ketchup, la salsa que quiera del papel de tus bits.
Dude, what the fuck is this dumb shit? There you go. There's Randy Orton. This is gonna be a throwback, bro. It's gonna be a throwback, guys. Let's go. Shows the was that decibel levels? Shows the volume levels there. Alright, maybe.
Introducing first, the challenger from St. Louis, and his opponent is the greatest of all time, the Unseen 17, here to grace St. Louis with his presence one final time. He is the last real champion. John Cena.
17 times. Absolutely crazy.
It was August 9th of 2001. Randy and John Cena met for the very first time in a one-on-one match at an independent show called the Brian Pillman Memorial. Back before they were a part of WWE. They would meet for the first time in OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, back in 2002. They would go on many times over the years in matches that have branched from SummerSlam to WrestleMania, to triple threats, to high quits, to tables, ladders, and chairs into a 60-minute Iron Man match. They are dead even when it comes to wins and losses. And if this is the final time that these two ever meet, I can truly say that I've been honored and privileged to call many of these matches
And I'm sure in this match for the undisputed WWE Championship that Randy Orton and John Cena will tear the house down once again. And we start off with a collar and elbow tie-up. Wade, the key for Randy Orton to win his 15th World Championship.
To tap into that unadulterated hometown energy that is backing their boy here in St. Louis all the way to number 15.
What about for John Cena, a record-setting 17-time world champion?
Well, John Cena needs to tap into that bitter, resentful side that we saw at WrestleMania, the one that led him all the way to victory over Cody Rhodes, the one that led him to that record 17-time world championship. John Cena, in a nutshell, needs to take every shortcut and every low road available to him this evening.
You know, 17,000 plus tonight. You know, a lot has been made, of course, of the history that John Cena made at WrestleMania, 17th world title. Ric Flair, of course, now sits in second place with 16 world championships. Third on that list, tied for third, is this man, Randy Orton, the Hall of Famer, Triple H, with 14. Wade, an incredible feat.
Well, a good job with Randy Orton during our pre-show. Randy Orton claims he's got at least 10 years left in his body. If he makes this number 15, then 17 will become tantalizingly closer.
I was sort of expecting that. John Cena, obviously, with this cheap little slap, but that was just to play mind games. He knew it wasn't going to hurt Randy. Randy may be in the best shape of his life and was poking the and official Chad Patton gonna let a little bit go here tonight, as well he should.
Let me tell you, Cole, the difference at WrestleMania is that Cody Rhodes refused to take that low road with John Cena. It was too morally pure and it came back to bite him. Randy Orton historically has had no issue whatsoever in taking whatever low road is available. All bets are off now, and I like that for Randy Orton.
And here's Cena now, back center of the ring. You know, for Randy Orton, I've said many, many times over the years, he has absolutely no absence of malice. He doesn't like anybody. And despite his growing popularity over the years, he's still the same old Randy Orton way.
Yeah, the personality doesn't change. Sometimes they love him, sometimes they hate him, but innately inside Randy Orton, there are those sadistic voices turning him to the dark side. That is a massive benefit to Orton tonight if he's going to dethrone the so-called last real champion.
He had a tremendous sit-down interview with Randy on the Countdown show, Wade. Very open in a lot of the things that he talked about.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, this is by far the most mature version of Randy Orton I have ever seen. Oh, truly is in 2025 the locker room leader that John Cena never was during his time on top.
Well, I mean, you would know better than I would since you spent time in the locker room, but I'm not sure if I agree with that statement. I think many people believe Cena was a locker room leader for much of his career.
I completely dispute that. I think John Cena was about
6 likes, thank you guys.
And Randy actually echoed that in my interview with him throughout his career on top. John Cena put himself first and foremost, where somebody like Randy Orton is consistently giving
this also coming from the guy that headed up a group that tried to end John Cena's career. In fact, you had a match with Randy Orton at one point, but John Cena was forced to be the referee in that match because of this whole silly Nexus situation you were involved in.
There's nothing silly about the Nexus. I was a young guy trying to punch up and make a name for myself. That's all that was. You can't blame young guys taking shortcuts like that. But Randy Orton is a man who certainly doesn't need any shortcuts this evening. Physically built to perfection, and now John Cena's taking a stroll.
Is he leaving?
I've never seen this out of the old John Cena. Whatever happened to the hustle, loyalty, and the respect for the never
Is he leaving?
attitude of this man?
John Cena knows
Randy's gonna get him.
so he has to take these shortcuts. And Randy Orton is saying, hell no, you ain't getting away that easy.
And Randy Orton he wants an opportunity at the championship. Of course, he has to pin or submit John for that to happen. Interesting interview with Billboard magazine with Randy Orton. Among the subjects they talked about was the fact that, and here's Cena now with a clothesline, was the fact that Randy finds himself in this
unfamiliar position of getting cheered when it always used to be Cena getting cheered when he faced Orton in the past.
Yeah, it's unadulterated at this point, and let me tell you, the entire locker room in WWE is completely united behind Randy Orton, this spiteful megalomaniac that 2025 John Cena has become. He does not own the history and the legacy of this company and that championship that he's currently in possession of.
He says he's going to retire with it because he's the, quote, last real champion. Still impressed with the shape that John's able to maintain with the schedule that he has. Dude, I can't lose a pound of flesh.
Physically incredible shape is John Cena. Show that he absolutely does not have that ring rust at WrestleMania 41.
Oh my God. he punched him 20 times. Holy shit.
Canning along with Randy's punches. Give him 20 more, please, Randy Orton. Cena now on jelly legs.
I'm not sure he's gonna win this, guys.
When you're in that kind of proximity to a man as dangerous as Randy Orton.
Cover by Randy on Cena. And Cena kicks it too. Randy knew he wasn't going to pick up the win there. It was more psychological than anything else.
Well, it's the methodical pacing that has made Randy Orton one of the absolute greatest of all time. And now that garbage stomp being targeted across the frame. John Cena,
I think we've named it the Orton stop by now. But wait,
I'm old school, pal.
You mentioned this Wade in the countdown show. I thought it was really interesting, the methodical style of Randy Orton. That's the style that Cena worked against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. And it really helped John in that matchup. But now he's in a match against a guy like Orton who does the same thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So Cody Rhodes is a much faster paced superstar than John Cena are having to be at WrestleMania 41. Cody was baited into that. Cena wants to take things slow tonight. That entirely plays into the wheelhouse of the Viper Randy Orton, who looks a different class to the champ this evening.
Randy with a knee to the face of Cena and a kick out. And let's not forget, I mean, let alone the fact that his dad is a Cowboy Bob Orton, we mentioned 40 years ago this weekend, the big match with Hulk Hogan at Saturday night's main event. But, he also learned the trade and all the tricks in the book from not only Triple H, but the Nature Boy, the greatest player in the history of the sport, as part of evolution.
And we talk about that low road, those final shooters in history to give you a roadmap on how to excel on that low road. And drop the hammer at the right time against John Cena. He certainly is not going to give up easily in this one.
And Cena looking for a slipper now on Orton. Kind of caught center of the ring. Not sure if John has it all. Now he might. John putting his entire pressure on the body of Randy. Randy's massive frame able to hold John up at least momentarily, but John trying to wrestle him down to the mat.
Yeah, we saw that montage of the history between these two. You can see from the frame alone how much the pursuit of Randy has changed over the years. Once upon a time he went well and collapsed when John Cena was on his back, not here. Now Orton is strong.
And the Viper wrapping himself around John Cena. More like a chin lock applied here. Wrestling John down to the mat now to one knee.
Running to the hell of a job of keeping his ego and his anger intact so far.
Oh, but now John turns it around to a slipper of his own. Now remember, this is Cena's first title defense since he won the championship at WrestleMania. Not had a match since then. Randy Orton now locks up John again. Now John into one of his own.
These two know each other so well.
That back suplex brings both men down in the center of the ring. Again, senior official Chad Patton working this match tonight.
Incredibly difficult for either one of these two to catch the other by surprise this evening.
You know, Ray, we talked earlier, no one ever thought that someone would knock off the 16-time World Championship record held by Flair. Cena did it. Now people are talking about the fact that nobody's ever going to get to 17, but if Orton's talking about hanging around another 10 years, he may do that.
Yeah, it's only Randy Orton who's in with any form of chance right now, that's for sure.
Shoulder tackle now by Cena. Orton goes down again. And John, and there's that spin slam by Cena. And John Cena's got Orton where he wants it. But will he give these fans what they want?
Muscle memory for Cena, and hats off for Cena, not even breathing heavy.
Mockingly. And now John with the five-knuckle shuffle across the forehead of Orton.
It's a knob. He's absolutely capable of tapping into that historical best, and here we go, Joel.
Cena looking for an AA, and Orton's able to slip out from behind. Randy now in the closeout. Now Orton trying to pick up the pace. It is May. It is the final number of months of John Cena's legendary career. He wants to retire as champion. Orton has something to say about it tonight.
Tapping into historical best. Randy Orton doing what he does like nobody else.
And Cena's in trouble here. He's been in this position before. It's a draping DDT, but Cena, Cena pulling up Orton here. And yet these guys know each other so well, Wade.
Well, when you know the players,
Oh, he's gonna tap out.
Randy blocking it so well. Keep those hands.
Randy Orton might tap out.
John trying to lock it in, but Randy Orton able to block at least momentarily. John's able to slip it in there, though. He doesn't have all of it. As Orton now trying to drag John to the ropes.
Cena desperately trying to rear back and stretch that spine of Randy Orton, but Randy perhaps at this point is too powerful to allow to do so.
John Cena realizing that was the grab. And drag Orton back to the middle of the ring. Randy creates some space.
Stay away from the heaviest hitters, and here we go again.
Randy Orton with a draping DDT. And I think Randy, as he recuperates, may start hearing some voices.
Tasted that DDT many times for
Uh-oh.
things never went well in the aftermath. Randy triggering off some pain in that lower back from the STF attempt.
Uh-oh. Randy.
Big smile on his face. Reaction of the WWE fans. Orton's hometown. And now John Cena maybe lining up for a pull of his own. Randy Orton comes out of harm's way. Randy now looks for RKO. But nonetheless, the official Chad Patton's down.
Yeah, that was a heavy landing for Chad Patton.
And now Chad down. Cena with a third AA delivered to Randy, but John is very well aware there's no official right now.
Yeah, how many times you see people dive on a pin in that situation? That is 25 years of experience of John Cena, knowing full well he's going to hide into nothing. But with the referee down,
John is staring down at the title. Remember what happened at WrestleMania when Cody Rhodes wouldn't pull the trigger, wouldn't use the championship.
well, you can go as low as you want at this point. You can't see me. Referee can't see the people.
Why? Why?
That was the answer. History.
I mean, you got
Already made history, John.
history. You don't have to act like this.
We're trying to own history, that's the point. That's why he wants to retire with that championship and with the referee down. Randy Orton.
But again, it's not official. And the Viper is struck. Cover on John. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton knew that was his opportunity, and Cena is now really.
Well, what a roller coaster. 60 seconds this was, swinging back and forth, both men looking to be closing in on the win. Randy's in a bad way, but I think John Cena is even worse off at this point.
Well, Chad Patton, I'm not even sure he can breathe. Get the hell out of the way, Ray.
You don't have to tell me twice. God, you remember that phantom Randy was supposed to be targeted. Kevin Owens didn't participate. There's one minute that has been refocused on John Cena. What are you talking about? This man's had pin up Randy for 25 years. Randy Orton is what's on? Oh, Cena now. Oh, man. Doctor over here. Traveling headfirst into the steps. Jack Patton's done. Now John Cena sending Randy Orton off the ring post. Well, the referee, Jack Patton, was trying to play with Randy Orton, speak some sense, get him back in the ring, and that was the moment John Cena capitalized. And go straight back into this. And again, I got to admit something here, man. John has been just sacrifice to beat Randy Orton to the punch. Come on, look on his face. He's looked every second of it so far. He's trying to embarrass and humiliate Randy Orton in his hometown. He's going to do that because he puts him to his table here. And just the scowl and the disgusting look on the face of disgusted look, I should say, on the face of Cena. And now John with Randy Orton up top. Focusing on the announce table now. Randy Orton, though, he's got John on his own. Randy Orton now. Look at this. Randy. With Randy Orton. Cena. Top of the table. Delivering to Cena. John Cena bouncing off the table. Spine first on this steel table. And Randy's talking to himself now. That's never a good thing. You don't want to get control. You already dodged danger once this evening. Randy now just dragging John Cena up, talking some trash as he's doing it. This carnage. Referee Jack Patton is down, and I assure you, Al, he's not coming back here. Somebody go check on Chad. He's out. We need another official down here. Randy's beating the hell out of Cena. And I don't think he's done yet. Unfortunately, we're in a medical staff and focused on all the bodies that have been beaten up this evening. Things are about to get even worse. Judging by the actions of Randy Orton, it was found something he likes to look at. And the fans do as well. Randy Orton, he set up a table where Randy Orton is now setting up a table. And he's already put John into one and through one, and now he's got the hood on an announce table that he's tossing out of harm's way. And he's going to drag John Cena now. The morality goes out the window. Referee's down. Take your chance. Make this a street fight. Now John fighting back. Bouncing Randy off the steel steps here. Cena. Randy. Fighting back.
Well, Randy with the FU through the table.
There's a serious problem here. We don't have an official. This has turned into an all-out street fight, an absolute brawl. Referee Chad Patton's been down for a number of minutes. He will head first to the steel steps. Well, we need a contingency plan because this match is continuing. It's appears to figure out sending another official down here. It is awesome, guys, but Randy's not going to have a chance to win things if there's nobody to count. Time to get that point, big unlimited damage. Until a referee finally shows up. There's nothing stopping you. Guaranteed victory. And Randy Orton now is poised and ready to strike John Cena. Trying to come to now. Trying to make it back to his feet. Orton is primed and ready. Randy Orton now. RKO.
Referee. New official. New referee. John Cena. Oh, he knocked out another ref. Are they trying to help the refs or what? Oh god, he's RKO'ing everybody. Holy shit.
Losing his right at this point, he had the title won a number of times in this match. John Cena is defenseless in the corner. Randy Orton is backing up in the position. The title years earlier in time, I mentioned the Legend Killer. For many years, Brooklyn Legends. One final legend to kill.
It's true. It's true. It was true. Low blow. Oh shit. I actually met Truth before.
You did come out there because you're a fan of John's, but the problem now off the low blow. Cena has the championship gold in hand again.
Oh, title off the head. There's a ref coming. There's a ref coming. Three. Cena won. Cena won. Whenever you use the title to win a match, that's awesome. Alright guys, I'm getting off. Thanks for watching. Bye.